no need to be overthinking any of this. Life is too short. Do it today. Do it now. Stop procrastinating. It doesn't have to be perfect because you just never know. Tomorrow might be the day. What if tomorrow is the day? What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emmanuel. I post content about fashion and anything self-improvement. So, me and a group of my friends planned a trip to go somewhere in August, right? So, I usually don't go on trips with them just because of time and just logistics or whatnot. But so this is gonna be the first trip that that I would be going with them, right? And everything's already planned, everything's already booked, money's been sent, like we're just waiting on the days now. And then one day, I get up, I get a call from my best friend, who is also supposed to be going on a trip with us. And he calls me and he's like, "Yo, I need you to take me to the hospital. I think I just tore my Achilles." So I pick him up, I take him to the emergency room, and fast forward, he tore his Achilles. Now, if you watch sports or if you're familiar, you know an Achilles tear, that's like, it's a big injury in sports, and the recovery time is about like a year and some change. Around like 9 months, just about a year. That's one. There was another incident that happened almost right after, or probably during. There was another guy that I know, but not like, we're not like friends or anything. I went to school with him, to be exact. And my friend told me that, well, he's in the hospital right now and he just got his leg amputated. He's younger than me. He gotta be like 21 or something. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, two of these things happen, right? I'm just thinking to myself, like, dang, we had this trip planned. Me and my homie had this trip planned. We already made our mind that it was gonna happen. We spent the money. Everything for it was ready to go. Then on the other end, you got the other kid that I was telling you guys about. He probably had his whole life planned ahead of him. That he was gonna do this, he's gonna do that, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. He had something that he was dealing with that just went to the extreme, and now he had to get his leg amputated. Both of these stories have something in common, and this is exactly what this video is about. And what that is you never know what tomorrow may bring. There's two perspectives to this. Don't ever let today take you out, because there is always tomorrow. But also, you can't always think there's tomorrow. I know that kind of doesn't make sense, but if you know, you understand what I'm saying. I'm saying that, like, you could be having a bad day today. You probably shouldn't harp on it too much. Just keep moving forward, because there's always tomorrow. But then again, though, if there's been something in your mind and something in your spirit that you wanted to do, whether it's to call someone to apologize, whether it's to forgive someone, whether it's to start a business, whether it's to do something, well, you should go and do it right now, because you never know what tomorrow may bring. And this is my mindset in life, but this is also my mindset specifically when it comes to content. You never know what tomorrow may bring. I'm recording this video right now. I randomly had the idea before I even got in my car to go to work. And I'm like, I was kind of like overthinking it. I'm like, okay, I need to think about this video topic a little bit more. And then I'm just like, man, let me just prop the camera up, because what if today is the last day that I'm able to put a video out? Or what if today's the day that this video will blow up tomorrow? What if you never get a chance? What if this is your only chance? It's a whole lot of what ifs. And I feel like in life, we do two things. That's why this is like a double-edged sword. We do two things. We let today consume us so much that we're not able to look forward to what tomorrow may bring. But then sometimes we also let overthinking or over-conceptualizing ideas, or just whatever, procrastination, whatever it is that's making you delay things, when you could just do it now, because you never know what tomorrow may bring. There's a lot of what ifs in life. Life is full of what ifs. What if? And you could come up with a gazillion outcomes for what if, right? What if you blow up tomorrow? What if you die tomorrow? What if tomorrow you have a baby and your life changes forever? What if tomorrow you get the job that you've always dreamed of and you're able to take care of your family? What if tomorrow is the day that the world ends? What if, right? It's always a what if. You could come up with all these different outcomes for what if. But the thing about what if outcomes is, if you don't get anything going, there is zero possibility that any of those possibilities are able to become your reality. Life is too short. Tomorrow is unpredictable. There's no possible way you could predict what can happen tomorrow. We could barely predict the weather. Like, my homie had this trip all planned out. He was like, damn, we finna finally get to go on a trip with all of us. We're gonna have a great time. And then boom, he's playing basketball. He tears his ACL. Now for the next 9 to 12 months, his whole life is different. It's not what he was planning for it to be. This is not what he had planned. This is not what he had envisioned for the next day. Same thing with other buddy. He was dealing with an issue. He probably never knew it was going to get to the extent where he was going to have to amputate his leg. And now he's walking around with one leg. And now his life is changed forever. There's so many outcomes from what if. Tomorrow brings so much uncertainty. You never know what tomorrow may bring. You never know what God has in store for you. So why not just do it now? And I'm gonna be honest, this is a very difficult topic for me. This is something that I struggle with, because I'm like almost like a perfectionist. I'm always over analyzing things, right? Like, I always want things to be perfect. I gotta think about it a little bit more, or I gotta have a little bit more money to do it. It's a big reason why I haven't really started traveling as much as I would like, because I'm always overthinking it, when it's really something as simple as book a flight, book a hotel, and you just go. I see people do it all the time. My friends do it all the time. I struggle with this. But that's the thing though. You never know what tomorrow may bring. What if you book that trip that you've been delaying for years, and then on the airport, in the airport is when you run into that person that you needed to be the final piece of the puzzle to your business? What if you post that piece of content that you were overanalyzing that took you 2 weeks to edit, and you finally put it out, and then that becomes the video that starts your content creating journey, and now you're well known all over the world? What if you take a risk on quitting your job, and boom, you start a business, you struggle for the first year, but year 2 is exactly when everything starts popping for you? Or what if you take that chance of going to that function by yourself, and you end up running into the love of your life? Or what if you take that chance and you give your life over to Christ, and then tomorrow is the day that the trumpet starts singing? It's like there's so much uncertainty. There's so much we don't know. There's so much that we're leaving up to chance. And that's the thing. You really don't have no choice. There's a lot of things that you have to leave up to chance. And one of the main things that you got to leave up to chance is tomorrow. Because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what tomorrow may bring. So yes, tomorrow is always going to be left up to chance. But what you could do today is do what you've always been dreamed of. Do what you've always been thinking about. Go a lot harder. Apologize to that family member. Call that girl, tell her you want to go out on a date with her. Make that video, start that podcast, get that business going, and then leave tomorrow up to chance. And let's just hope that tomorrow is the day that something amazing happens to you because you took action. One thing that I've learned in life as of recently, especially getting going with entrepreneurship. Now, I'm not a full-time entrepreneur, but just going with entrepreneur is once you have the idea, get it going, figure out the answers later. Post that video, figure out if it blows up tomorrow. Ask that girl out, find out if she says yes or no afterwards. Start on that business, find out if it's gonna work or not. Take that trip, realize if you want to do solo trips or continue to go on group trips or not. Apologize to your mom, then figure out if that's going to salvage our relationship. Tomorrow is so uncertain. There's no way we could predict. There's no way we can guess. There's no way we can find out if tomorrow is going to be the day that our lives changes forever. The only thing that we could do is do what we can today, and then we let chance do whatever it wants. We let God do whatever He already had envisioned. There's no need to be overthinking any of this. Life is too short. Do it today. Do it now. Stop procrastinating. It doesn't have to be perfect, because you just never know. Tomorrow might be the day. What if tomorrow is the day? Like, have you ever really thought about that? Like, I want you to really think that to yourself every morning when you wake up and you're procrastinating about going to the gym. You're procrastinating about putting in the work or getting into your Bible. You're procrastinating about going somewhere that you've always thought about going. The first thing I want you to think about is, what if? What if that's the day? What if that's the time? What if that's my moment? What if that's my chance? What if? What if? There's so many outcomes, there's so many possibilities to what if. But the only way that any of those possibilities, the only way that any of those outcomes will be able to come to reality is if you go yourself and you do something about it, and then you let life do what it has to do. But if you don't do nothing yourself, you're leaving too much up to chance, because you never know what tomorrow may bring.